So we have 3 robots also entering in, some pretty hard hitters in this one. So we have a control robot, Tsukikage. We have a drum or an egg beater robot in Propane, and a very rare thing to see in Beetle weight combat robot, a full body spinner, Paradigm Spin.
There's a couple of cheers for Paradigm Spin. They know what's coming. This robot is pure, utter chaos. There is no such thing as control with this robot. It is sheer aggression.
Yeah. So the issue with any kind of full body spinner, the advantage is that, you know, every part of you is dangerous. The disadvantage is that it's incredibly hard to know which way you're facing if you're a circle.
Well, they do have the, don't know quite what to call it, but the handle on the top that gives it some form of direction. But
yeah, it gives it an idea. It also helps to self-right. The robot can use the momentum from the weapon and that arm to rotate itself around. And Propane as well has a second flywheel in that spinning mechanism, which should give it more stability.
Robot
really interesting engineering on that one.
3, 2.
So Tsukikage in the red,
1.
Paradigm Spin against the button, and Propane in the blue. That looked a little bit like a jump start to me, I'm not sure.
Instantly the 2 spinners going over, and so the referee seems to think everything's fine. Oh, a nasty hit there for Paradigm Spin. Ooh.
So Propane going underneath there as they almost got them into the Diatone. Paradigm Spin getting up to speed and now getting out of control.
Yeah, I mean this is a small arena for beetle weights. Very hard. That is the link gone out. Paradigm Spin's gone, unfortunately.
And I've never seen that amount of destruction done to Paradigm Spin by another robot. Normally it's destroying itself, and now we've got a pushing match between Propane and Tsukikage.
Yeah, and Tsukikage is actually being pretty smart. It's keeping its face in Propane's weapon, stopping it from spinning up, which, after what we've seen, is a very good idea.
But Propane is winning the pushing match here. They've actually got fantastic traction. Look at that grip as they're pushing Sunnysky up against the wall.
Yeah, it does show that a lot of these spinners now, they used to be just weapons, but you do see a lot of spinners now that have drive power as well, which is a very good fallback to have in these situations.
But Sunnysky positioning themselves well, that if they did manage to find some grip, they would be pushing Propane into the pit. But we're hearing the referee constantly counting down, so these are pins that Propane is now scoring against Sunnysky.
Yeah, Propane is, I mean, it's never ideal to lose a weapon. I think it's playing the clock, but it might also go for a pitting here as well. Depends. It's a bit of robot chicken here.
Propane, I thought, was a little bit stuck there. Yeah. Just waiting for Sunnysky, and now we're seeing the spinner come back up to speed. We're going to get some more damage in this
I don't think anyone expected that weapon to still be working. This is not good for Tsukikage. But it is also, Propane is playing with fire here, I think, in it.
They are getting ever closer to that pit, and they're trying to flip and spin their way over, but they keep falling underneath. Every time they flip Sunnysky up into the air, that puts Propane running underneath.
Yeah, I mean, it's remained aggressive. It didn't have to remain this aggressive, but it's going to go very well for the judges, I think. That is what you would call a Propane nightmare.
And I love that even though Paradigm Spin was out of the fight, as soon as they fell into the pit, there was still a cheer from the crowd. I love that stuff.
Yeah, I think there's always a bit of, a bit of comedy to be found from, almost a Looney Tunes-esque way of just the floor opening up from under you. But yeah, no, Paradigm Spin. It did look like it was more the link came out, as opposed to any major damage. The advantage of that meaning that Paradigm Spin might not have to do a huge amount of repairs for the redemption.
I guess that is the one element that, as a roboteer, you do need to consider. How much repair work do I need to do if I remain in this fight? Is it worth just going to the redemption round and have a one-on-one battle?
Yeah, and it'll be interesting as well. Tsukikage seemed to take the hits of there relatively well. I don't think anything broke on it. Propane was interesting in that the weapon wasn't spinning for half of the match, but that might have actually been an intentional ploy there from Andy. So very, very interesting, very, very strong win, I would say.
And I do read the chat, so Tsukikage.
Yeah.
I'm learning how to pronounce it.
I'm going to have to talk here to, I'm going to have to talk to the builder there, Alex. I believe it might be Tsukikage.
I'm going to challenge Caleb. You're in the chat. Can you phonetically spell it out for us, and hopefully that will help embed in our memory on how to pronounce it.
Tsukikage.
So Roboteers, please make your way over to Craig. We want to see what damage has been done on your robots.
Yes, indeed, as we are already arming up as well.
Okay, we're here with Alex. Can you pronounce your robot's name?
Tsukikage.
Tsukikage, there we go. Okay. How did that go for Tsukikage?
Well, I'm going to say it went a hell of a lot better than I expected it to, because, as soon as I heard that I got two of the most vicious spinners in the entire competition, I was like, oh, God, I'm going to die. But then the defensive work actually held up, and my new attachments did as well. I mean, big thanks to David and Ari as well, who wouldn't have been able to do it without you guys. And, so I actually outlasted one of them, and hopefully I shouldn't have too much repair work left to do.
And you took it to the judges?
I really wasn't expecting that. I thought it was going to, end up in the pit or out of the arena or spread evenly across the floor or something like that. But yeah, I mean, I'm super happy with how that went, even if I probably have lost. But yeah, we'll see how it goes.
We will see how it goes. Let's bring Andy in as well with Propane. Get the both of you in here, because I'm sure the judges will have something to say shortly. Andy, how was that for you?
It wasn't too bad. I did have one issue, which is quite a funny one actually. So the belt has kind of come off the pulley and melted into the frame. Don't know if you can see that? Oh, no, I can't see that. There you go. So I've not seen that one before. It's kind of started melting its way through the frame.
Was that what kind of stopped it earlier in the fight?
Yeah, so I think it was probably a hit off Mark at some point. But yeah, can't complain too much. Yeah.
Still a stunning machine. Got the kind of counter spinner in there to kind of keep it nice and level on the gyro. It's a very cool machine for those who haven't seen it before. How have we got the judges on this? We do, but their mic isn't on.
I believe we have a judge's decision coming in. Hold on. Do we have any? Okay, I'm going to make the announcement here. We're having some mic issues. It was a unanimous decision. And yeah, although aggression and control were tight, I have been told to clarify that. The winner is Propane.
Congratulations to Propane.
Nice done, dude. I can't believe I survived that.
Well done to the both of you for taking it that far. And we'll see you both later in the tournament. Well done. Loading into the box now, though, we have some very unique machines in the form of the Mangler, a robot primarily made of wood inside.
He said it wasn't. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
It's not wood anymore.
Well, mostly.
Mostly. There's definitely still some wood in it. Against one of the craziest robots you're going to see today, Paradigm Spin. A robot affectionately known to my mother as the lampshade.
The lampshade.
So, Mum, if you're watching this stream like you did Champs, the lampshade one.
Well, if I remember rightly, the Mangler had a big repair job. Quite bad.
It got digestived.
Digested. By Digestive. Ironic, but...
Digested by Digestive.
Yeah, thumbs up from Rob there. You know what you did.
You terrible, terrible man.
Terrible. But hey. Yeah, hoodie up. You can... Go on. Get out of here. No.
Paradigm Spin in the blue corner. The Mangler, kind of in an area.
Rob is ushering it to the red corner.
It's waddling. This is telling. Oh, if you put the saw blade down, it kind of moves.
It's a third wheel. Well. Thumbs up from both roboteers, and I think we're
Roboteers, stand by.
I have no idea which way this match
3,
is going to go.
2, 1, begin.
Paradigm Spin has to beat the Mangler. Here it goes. And the Mangler is going to spin.
Poor Dave's not having a good time.
The saw blade is falling off of the Mangler. Paradigm's bouncing around the room. We're having a great day here at BBB Beetle.
That motor is spinning inside its mount. It's really unhappy.
Oh, there is still movement in the Mangler. It's back, everyone. The Mangler has pressed the pit button.
Going down.
He seems more mobile now than his ever has been. Mark and Paradigm playing this very gently now. The danger with having a pinball robot is falling in the big hole.
No.
Oh, wow. I think that's gonna call it. Rob counting and the Mangler. What a fantastic match. Paradigm Spin moving forward into round 2, fighting its way out of the redemptions, and the Mangler living up to its...
Was there. Wow.
One of the biggest cheers in the room for that fight. Two fantastic robots.
I just hope the Mangler's okay. It needs some love.
Love, care,
It needs some milk.
Somebody get the Mangler some milk.
Wow.
Jordan, do you reckon you can rebuild it? Loading into the arena next, we have Burnout and Happy Camper. Flipper and the Mallet.
I would be scared if I was Jevon. Yeah.
There's some vicious weaponry going into this one.
Can we get a tip speed check on the Mallet? I just want to, yeah. Look, there's no safety cover or anything. It's no.
And going over to the interview booth now, we have the delightful Paradigm Spin.
Yes, let me save you from the small talk that you have to do on the commentary table. We are here with Paradigm Spin, and firstly, congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much.
Now, we give this robot a lot of stick for being uncontrollable and just pure chaos, but at the end, you actually gave it a good bit of control, getting the Mangler into the pit. So, how difficult is this to drive?
It's hit and miss. Like, sometimes I can drive really slowly with control, and sometimes it's just full throttle or flying through the air, totally out of control. And there's nothing in between.
And I guess very limited opportunities to practice safely.
Yeah, I have a metal plate at home because there's strong magnets on it, so it drives very differently on metal, but not with the spinner and not with the kind of pinballing.
Well, you're out of the redemptions, you're back into the competition. Is there anyone who you're hoping to avoid until the final stages?
Well, I was hoping to avoid my kind of pitmate, teammate, Robert and Digestive, but I've heard that we might be paired next.
Well, and that's going to be a very interesting fight, So, Paradigm Spin, everyone. They are back into the competition. And the Mangler becomes the mangled. Oh my days, look at the destruction. If we look on the camera, can you talk us through quickly what's broken?
All of it.
Okay,
So, audience,
Robot
prepare
here.
yourselves.
Stand
This
by.
is going to be a fight of the ages. Digestive versus
3,
Paradigm Spin. This
2,
could have been the final, but here it is in the round of 32 knockouts.
both very fast, snappy robots. This might be over before we even realize it.
And Digestive there with a very good shield, which is necessary against Paradigm Spin. The spark spinning already. Paradigm Spin up against the wall.
Yeah, Digestive will hope to keep pressure on Paradigm, stop it getting up to speed. It has gotten up to speed now, and as soon as it does that, it becomes a lot more of an even fight.
And we can see that they are really just navigating.
Oh!
And Digestive is in zone to zone.
You can see the delightment in the crowd. You can even see the delightment amongst Mark and Paradigm Spin, and actually even of Rob, because like Robert and Mark, they work together quite a lot in robots. Even Robert was happy that Paradigm Spin got a win. That's how much of a favorite it is amongst this crowd.
So that was almost, teammates up against teammates there, although there is no love lost between them. And you can see Digestive watching the replay now. Paradigm Spin, we always say, a bit out of control, but they managed to get some impressive hits in this this round of competitions, and they've been showing some great control.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very sticky robot because of all the magnets it has at the bottom of it. So it's why it has this sort of start-stop momentum, but you really need, because, you know, otherwise you'd be flying around all over the place. Like, as Paradigm Spin already does that, it would be even worse without the magnets. But to keep a robot like that, deliver a hit, get back on wheels, get up to speed, it's a lot of stuff to juggle, but Mark has really gotten it nailed in, and it was somewhat of a fortunate hit, but it was a perfectly timed one. It was one that was absolutely earned, and Paradigm Spin moves on. So we go now to Craig.
I've been willing for a Digestive deep run for a long time, but I'm sorry. That was wonderful.
Good. It was looking so good. I mean, of all the ways to go out, that's probably the best way, because I've taken almost no damage, and it was a wonderful fight with Mark. So yeah, I love that.
Did it just like catch a corner and just threw it across the box?
I think so. It happened so fast.
Go ahead.
But I mean, that's Paradigm Spin for you, right? It's literally chaos.
It happens so fast.
It is a chaotic lampshade.
Fair enough. Digestive, everyone. Brutal machine, but unlucky this time. And Paradigm Spin. Mark! Round of 16!
Woo! I'm so pleased. It's doing the thing. That was awesome.
That was so cool.
I'm just buzzing. It's the adrenaline from that fight.
That was... Everyone in the room loved that fight. Thank you both so much for such a great fight. How was it going up against your teammate?
I said before, it's the one fight I didn't really want. I thought it was going to be tough because he's got a great wedge and a great weapon. I actually called it that it was going to finish with someone in the out of the arena, but I thought it'd be me. I thought he'd just do for me. So.
I'll be honest, me too. But we will take it. We will take it. Paradigm Spin, everyone, in the top 16.
I don't want to be negative, but I feel Abracagrabra is going to need a little bit of magic to survive this fight with Paradigm Spin.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough fight for sure. Very heavy-hitting robot.
So Abracagrabra moving straight in, but it's too late.
Yeah,
Paradigm Spin is now up to speed.
Abra is leaving the lifter up so that, first of all, the spinner doesn't hit it, but also it can lead with its wedge underneath. And maybe use the spinner as a sort of keep-away stick. Very, very clever design here.
There's clearly some good tactics. They're ducking and diving each other in the moment, but Paradigm Spin, I think you're right, that shield of Abracagrabra, that's doing a fantastic job to deflect the hits from Paradigm Spin.
Yeah, Paradigm hasn't really been able to get up to full spinning speed yet.
And now I think we're seeing the hand of the Paradigm Spin getting stuck on the grabs of Abracagrabra.
Exactly, yeah, Becca doing a great job here with the control. And it just does not seem to be able to spin up to the deadly speeds we saw earlier on Paradigm. It seems a lot more sluggish.
And it seems to be almost powering down there, just staying stationary, but we can still see the light is on, so there is some power to be had.
Yeah, this is a robot not to be underestimated, even at this stage of the fight.
Going down.
I mean, Abracagrabra trying to position themselves so that they can push Paradigm Spin into the pit. Less than a minute of the fight to go, trying to go for a lift here. And is that Paradigm Spin out of the fight? They're not moving anywhere.
They're definitely not moving. Well, no, they are now. It seems to have a very stop-start style of move in Paradigm Spin, like a child that's eaten too many sweets.
So the final 30 seconds of the fight, and I have to say, a little bit of an upset so far. Abracagrabra potentially getting the better of it, but can they finish it in the pits? Let's see if Paradigm Spin is able to get back.
They have the grab now.
Pit,
there we go. There you go, finish it off nice and cleanly. Abracagrabra is true to the top 8 of BBB Brawl 2024.
Never have I seen a bigger sigh of relief from Abracagrabra. That was fantastic maneuverability, but Paradigm Spin, I'm going to call it an upset. It feels a bit harsh. Sorry, Abracagrabra. But they just said beat them last time, so, I mean, fantastic fight. And Abracagrabra securing the pit by diving in themselves, watching the replay now.
Yeah, they could have sat back. They could have played it safe. They wanted to finish it. It seemed like Paradigm Spin was okay at the beginning and just slowly got weaker and weaker as the fight went on. But it is to Grabra's credit that it was on Paradigm Spin the entire fight, and that's what ultimately led to the win. So I will just very quickly announce, I believe we have the top 8 bracket here. I believe there will be some whiteboards before the top 8, but just so everyone knows and the competitors can be prepared, it will be Fission versus Propane, CDG versus Attitude Adjuster, EMP versus Schism, and Eva 02 versus Abracagrabra. Sounds like a good one.
So please head on over, and we have a lovely guest appearance from Felix in the interview booth. So
Yes, so if we can just have some of our recent competitors over there.
Hello. Ooh. So we've got Paradigm Spin here. What were your thoughts on that fight? It looked to be, it was still mobile, it was still spinning around at the end, but there were a few points where you kind of stopped, it was spinning, but maybe it wasn't moving at the same time, or one or the other was going, but never quite at the same time.
I don't know what happened there. In previous events, it sometimes struggled to spin up, and I always thought it was the belt slipping. On the weapon. This time it's got timing toothed pulleys on both sides, so it's not that. Yet it didn't spin up. So I don't know.
It was such a shame because, to say, Paradigm Spin's been doing really good all day, massive hits, and normally it's absolutely mental on the spin up. But it's just a real shame. A lot of control in that fight, and sadly no no wedges or forks or anything like that. All offense, but absolutely amazing run. And can we get a big round of applause for Paradigm Spin? Becca. That went pretty well. What do you think of that?
That went, yeah, surprisingly well. He had problems with his spinner. I mean, I faced him in the last event at the top 32 stage, I think it was, and just about managed to get him in the pit after he dismantled my robot. But yeah, this time he just couldn't quite seem to get up to speed, so it was a little bit easy to stay on him.
Bit of payback for all the damage then maybe, but also at the end there he was kind of seemingly trying to get up, but you were very calm, controlled, just scooped him up, and lovely grab all the way to the pit. You must have been really chuffed about that.
Yeah, I'm happy. And I mean, this is the first time I've ever made it to the top 8. Like, Abra's been in the top 16 a few times. She's never managed to break the top 8, so I'm thrilled.
It's been absolutely superb performance. Hopefully not too much, if anything, to need to repair. Didn't do. Superb. Can we get a big round of applause for Abra?